Welcome to Spoken Library, where we decode the blueprints of business disruption. Today, we are exploring the rigorous scientific method applied to entrepreneurship in Eric Ries's seminal work, The Lean Startup. Ries argues that a startup is not merely a product or a company, it is a human institution designed to create a new product or service under conditions of extreme uncertainty. The fatal mistake most entrepreneurs make is treating their initial plan as a roadmap, rather than a series of unproven assumptions. The core insight of the book is that we must treat the creation of a new business as a science experiment, rapidly testing our vision to find out what customers truly want, thereby eliminating the massive waste of time and resources associated with conventional long-term planning. Our summary will focus on three core principles: the build, measure, learn loop, the power of the minimum viable product, MVP, and the mechanism of pivot or persevere. Let us begin by mapping the foundational cycle of continuous innovation. The build, measure, learn loop is the central operating mechanism of the lean startup methodology, replacing lengthy planning cycles with rapid iteration. 1. The three-step feedback loop. Build. This phase involves building the smallest possible experiment to test a core hypothesis about customer behavior. The goal is speed, not perfection. Measure. Once the product is in the hands of early users, the team must measure how customers actually behave, focusing strictly on actionable metrics: how often they use a feature, how long they stay, etc. They must reject vanity metrics like gross signups, which make the team feel good but teach nothing. Learn. This is the most critical phase. The team analyzes the data to determine if the initial hypothesis was correct. The output of the learning phase is the decision: pivot or persevere. The takeaway: the BML loop prioritizes validated learning, the rigorous demonstration that we have learned something true about our market, over simply generating revenue or launching a finished product. If you are not learning, you are wasting time. The primary tool for executing the BML loop efficiently is the minimum viable product. 2. Defining the MVP. The minimum viable product, MVP, is the version of a new product that allows a team to collect the maximum amount of validated learning about customers with the least effort. Crucially, the MVP does not have to be functional software. It can be a landing page, a detailed prototype, or even a simple video that tests whether customers will sign up or commit money to a proposed solution. The true test of the MVP is whether it facilitates the completion of the BML loop quickly. 3. Innovation accounting. To ensure the measure phase is effective, Ries introduces innovation accounting. This is a system that allows startups to objectively measure progress even when success cannot be measured in traditional revenue yet. Innovation accounting uses 3 learning milestones: establish the baseline, current performance; tune the engine, make incremental improvements or optimizations; decide to pivot or persevere, make a radical strategy change or stay the course. The takeaway? The goal of the MVP is not to create a hit product, it is to create a learning engine. If you launch an MVP and no one uses it, you have succeeded because you learned that your core assumption was wrong before wasting years on development. The moment of truth in the lean startup methodology is the decision to pivot or persevere. 4. The decision of perseverance. If the team's BML loop validates the core hypothesis and shows growth in the actionable metrics, conversion, retention, usage, the team should persevere, continuing to optimize the current strategy and product features. 5. The power of the pivot. If the data from the learning phase reveals that the core assumptions are false, the team must execute a pivot. A pivot is a structured course correction designed to test a new fundamental hypothesis about the product, strategy, or growth engine. It is not failure, it is a necessary hypothesis-driven change in direction. Ries lists several types of pivots, including the zoom-in pivot, a single feature becomes the whole product, the customer segment pivot, solving a problem for a different type of customer, and the revenue model pivot, changing how the company makes money. The takeaway? The ability to pivot quickly and unemotionally, based purely on data, is the hallmark of a truly nimble and successful startup. It requires acknowledging failure of the assumption, but celebrating the learning gained. The lean startup strips away the romance of entrepreneurship and replaces it with the rigor of the scientific method. It teaches us that success comes from rapid experimentation, validated learning, and the courage to change direction based on data, not ego. In the modern world, the most successful enterprises are those that are built to learn faster than anyone else. Here is your immediate, actionable step from Spoken Library today. Define your leap of faith assumption. Identify one key personal or professional project you are working on. What is the single biggest untested assumption you are relying on for success? E.g., this people will pay for X, or this schedule is feasible. Design the smallest possible experiment, your MVP, to test that assumption this week. Thank you for tuning in to Spoken Library. If this summary inspired you to embrace data-driven risk, please hit that subscribe button and share this episode. Until next time, launch early, learn fast.